we're going to defer that for now. So moving on, the next drop-down lets us pick which device we're going to use for the action. This is the first action in Watch TV, so I want to turn on the TV first. So I'm going to pick TV from the list. And then normally in the launch sequence, I'm going to turn the power on. So normally I would choose the discrete power on command here, but just to illustrate, Red-Eye can also handle toggle commands. So I'm going to pick this power, this plain old power toggle command, and then I'm going to pick the toggle value that I want to achieve. I want to power to the on state. All right. So once I've got this one for the TV, I can add more for the other devices. Typically, when you're launching the activity, you want to turn everything on, and you also want to switch to the proper inputs. And when you shut down, you want to turn everything off. So here I have added my launch and shutdown actions. If you need to get rid of an action, you can hit the X to delete. If you want to reorder, you can grab this these three lines as kind of a little bit of a drag handle here. You can drag up or down. So one thing you may notice here is that we have a little bit of a delay between each action, and these delays are actually for different periods of time. So let's take a look at that. So there are a couple points to consider when we're choosing a delay. The first is in the case of infrared commands, you have to have some delay so that the devices which are detecting those infrared signals can distinguish between the end of one signal and the start of the next. Typically, a very short delay, 50 milliseconds is all you need. So we've got this kind of our default delay between a command sent to one device and a command sent to another device is 0.05 seconds. Very short. When you're sending commands to the same device, you typically need to increase that delay a little bit. When a device is processing the last command, typically they require maybe a tenth to a quarter second of silence before responding to the next one. So our default delay for actions sent to the same device, Red-Eye actually optimizes each layout based on the characteristics of that particular activity. So let's take a look at how that works. The first thing Red-Eye looks at is the activity type. So this is actually the whole reason we have an activity type, is to help basically create that appropriate button layout. So for example, if we're going to watch TV, we have a couple of different options. We can have a basic watch TV activity type, which is the layout on the left. We can have a more involved watch DVR activity, which has additional transport controls. It's got the color buttons and all that. So this is a more involved thing. It's not worth putting people through the grief of this many buttons if they